Okay, here is the tutorial for how to use the decade tables. We're starting out in Family Search, the information on Adolf Pateru. Just going to type it out. Adolf Pateru. He was born on 2nd of January, 1892. And what we believe might be La Ferté. The purpose of looking at the tables is to confirm so that we aren't running around a wild goose chase. All right, from the previous lesson, we know that La Ferté-Bernard is in Sarthe, the department of Sarthe. Get the civil records. It wants us to accept the usage. Wait a minute. Okay, so we're looking for La Ferté-Bernard and tables, decade tables. (1792), so we're looking for this one. I'm sorry, 1892 is when Adolf was born. This is a console for looking at the records, and for every department, it's going to be different. If you go down here and look at the dates, it's for 1792. We're looking for 1892. So it's split up in chunks by decade. Not every department has this, but evidently Sarthe does, where you can skip ahead. We're going to skip ahead to the decade that starts in 1883. Let's scroll in here. Okay. So right here it says for January 1883 through January 1893 for La Ferté-Bernard. And right here, nom et prénom. That means last names, like surnames, and first names of the enfant né, which is infant births. So first, these tables will list all of the infant births, and then it will list all of the marriages, and then it will list all the deaths. And we're interested in the birth of Adolf Pateru. It starts in the A, so we're going to guess that we're going to kind of jump ahead and guess that we can either do this by 5 pages or 10 pages. So let's see what's going on about 10 pages later. I want you to note that we are still in the infant births. If it says something else, then you've gone too far, and we are in the M's. M is fairly close to P, so hopefully we won't have to go too many more pages. As you see over here, we've got the M's and some O's, and then some P's. And if we go down here, see if some sites will just let you highlight the area that you're interested in. Oh, and he is at the top. So look, we have Adolf Leopold Pateru on the 2nd of January 1892. So we have used the tables to confirm that where it says La Ferté-Bernard on his World War II record, it really meant La Ferté-Bernard in the region department of Sarthe. So that's how you could use the decade tables to confirm or even to browse and see if you can find your relative in a particular town in France. So if we had other Pataroos in here, I don't think there are anymore. That says Pataralt and Patu. But if we had other Pataroos in here, we could say, oh, well, maybe they're a brother or a sister that was born fairly close to Adolf. That's another good use for the tables. Also, if I wanted to assume that Adolf's parents were married in Lafferty-Bernard, I could find the marriage tables and see if they are in there. So that would be another good use for the decade tables, and maybe we'll talk about that later. But that is how you use a decade table to figure out whether or not somebody is in the civil registries.